In to Samuel's Public Library. We're actually going to be going over Universal Class today and how you can do classes and how this can actually help towards really anything, whether it be a hobby, trying to get a job, or improve certain skills. Universal Class is one of our many databases we offer online that I wish more people knew about. Not too many people have known about it, but we're hoping that through this, everyone will, oh, I guess everyone does see my screen. Screen share. Okay, great. Great to hear that, Helen. And I'm sorry, but at least later when we do go online, we will be posting this on YouTube. You will be able to watch over all of this. So if you do have any questions that aren't answered during the session, you can follow along then. Let's see. Everything is being shared, right, Early? Like if I share screen or?
Yes, it is.
Okay, just want to make sure because, okay, so when you want to go to Universal Class, you want to go through samuelslibrary.net. Here, it'll make sure you, when you log in, it'll be going through us. If you try to go through it a few times.
Oh, hold on. Did you already share your screen?
I thought I did. I tried to press the button and it says host disabled participant screen sharing.
Oh, I don't know why that's the, like, it's the default, but go ahead and try it now.
Okay. There we go. Okay, sweet. So I am going to share that. I don't know why that's gliding everywhere. Okay, so for this, you go to samuelslibrary.net, and here you can go to our resources, and you're going to want to go over to the databases, and my mouse is jumping around for some reason. Great. You go over to the databases, and this is taking a lot of load. You can scroll all the way to the bottom, and down here will be Universal Class. Now, in order to log in, I would try to register, but since I only have the one card, I can't really show the registration process, but it's pretty much like any other online form. You give the provided information and it will help you with the rest. So I will just log in. So with Universal Class, you're not really limited to how many classes you can take from what I've seen. Like right now, I've just kind of clicked randomly 3 that I want to take. So right here, you can see social media marketing and introduction, haunted places, Adobe Illustrator 101, and it's just like this little personal profile area. So you can organize everything, you can message fellow classmates. It's like an email and a school folder, but you're not really going to school and you don't have to pay for anything. Now, if you didn't go through the database through samuelslibrary.net, it would show how much you would have to pay. So going through this makes it easier to get in. That being said, if anyone is nervous about taking classes with other people, I've actually taken 2 lessons already. You can only see who is in the class. You can, of course, edit your settings for who can see you, who can contact you, and all that other stuff. So if you're not really there to talk to people, that's fine. Like no one can really notice you. And when you go through lessons, it's actually quite simple. Like I signed up for some of these months ago just to see what they were. And I don't have anyone asking, why aren't you here? Why aren't you showing up? It's you do it at your own pace. If you can only get like a sentence or a paragraph in every other time, it's probably not one of the best and most effective ways to learn. Yeah, it's not the most effective, but you can do it however you feel, as long as you are doing well. So we'll just say go to view lesson. These are ones already completed, so it's showing stars, so I can rate whether the content was easy or not. But a lot of it, you have the reading, it'll show you links, and all of that stuff. So you can go down here and learn as much as you can, then you'll go to the next thing, or go to, it's just, it has a lot of great material, so you go at your own pace and you don't have to worry about anyone rushing you. So let's say, like I'm just gonna go into something a bit more interesting before I go into that. You wanted to learn candle making. Surprisingly enough, they do have like a candle making class. And that one counts for like 1.4 CEUs. And like up here, it'll show you how many lessons are in this class, how many exams or assignments you'll have, the average time it takes to complete it. There's also video audit available in CEUs, but these CEUs kind of get built up over time, which is actually pretty interesting because it shows credibility, and you'll have these videos or links that show very good content, or well, not good, just actually some really great content on how to do some of these. Like you have bread making here, cookies, soap making, and this is for hobbies. Like I said, hobbies, or it can be job skills, because of course a lot of people are hurting right now. But that also doesn't mean it's completely a bad thing when it comes to this, because you can use this to strengthen your resume and get some skills that you don't think would be necessary, because when you go into the workforce or you're trying to get back in, these skills can actually help make your resume stand out more than others. You may think it doesn't matter as much, but those little skills that other people may not have means they won't have to spend as much time teaching you. So we can go over to Excel, one of the more boring ones, but if you need to learn it or it's something in your field you need to learn, they have a ton of these. So you have basics, or you have some going from 2013, 2019. Oh, yeah. Oh, just, okay. Probably should just wait for a second. Just 1 second. Sorry, just trying to make sure everyone is connecting. So if you have questions or I'm going over, I just want to make sure everyone can hear it. Let's see. I'm not sure if I'm having an issue, if Linda's still connecting. Early, is Linda still connecting? Can't really tell.
It looks like she is, but it says that she might just be connecting to sound. Okay, there she is.
Okay, there we go. Okay, sorry for that. Just trying to make sure everyone was connected. I was just going over the bits, but I can start over because this is actually, it seems like a lot, but it's not really too much. I'm glad that everyone's here. For anyone that's actually interested, I can just go back to this fast. So when you want to go to Universal, sorry, I'm trying to backtrack. Okay, so we all have different reasons for wanting to possibly go to Universal class, whether it be job skills or hobby. If you want to find it and actually connect through your library card through our services, all you have to do is go to samuelslibrary.net, go to resources, and then you go over to the database. And then it'll load that. We're already here, so it's just going to reload it. But then you scroll all the way to the bottom and you find the icon with the light bulb for the eye, and just go to Universal. And this is actually easier, in my opinion, than going to the actual Universal web page where it'll tell you this is how much it'll cost each month if you want to do this. And here you can either sign up, or if you already have an account with them, just to sign back in. I don't really have a library card to explain how that works, but I'm pretty sure everyone knows how that works. So here we just log in, and like I was saying a bit earlier, classes you're taking, you can take as many as you want from what I've seen, but I'm pretty sure you wouldn't want to overwhelm yourself. So for example, 3 random classes, you have social media, haunted places, or Adobe Illustrator, whatever you're interested into. As you can see, 2 of them can be applied to business, and 1 can be like personal interest or other things. So it'll show there's like 10 lessons to go, countdown for each one. And these are like in your personal file. So it's pretty much like a personal email. and you can actually use this to contact classmates, edit it, just customize it to your liking. You can see how many points you've earned when you signed in and where your scores are going, whether it be business, computing and technology, entrepreneurship. And then let's see from there. Like, it's really good at keeping stats. And then after signing up for so many things based on your interest, of course, it'll show you your interest here. But after that, just for contacts, like these classes, sorry, I'm kind of going all over the place. With these classes, you do have other classmates here, technically. So if you went into social media, you have, let's see, is this the classmates button again? Yes, so you can go to my class, my profile, contacts. So for my class, you can see other people that are taking the course with you. Now, this will vary if you decide how much time you put forth to this. Like, let's say you're busy and hectic and you can assign only so much time to each lesson, or you can't even finish a full lesson within a week. It doesn't matter. You take it at your pace. No one's pushing you. And you can also message people on here that are in your class, which they do change a lot if you don't finish it in that allotted time. Like, some people are faster than others. That doesn't matter though. But yeah, so if you don't want to talk to them, you can set your preferences to where you don't want to. I typically try to just keep to myself because I would rather focus on the classes, but varies person to person. So from that, let's see, kind of over that. We have the courses, how that works. Now for each course, depending on what you're looking at, some of them have videos, some of them just have books or audio or links that'll take you elsewhere. And some of them are actually just extra bits of information for you to look at, which it never hurts. But at the end of each lesson, you'll usually take an exam or a quiz. And the thing I find useful is I actually duplicate the tab and look back at the information if I'm just trying to verify it. Or if you want to do traditional, you can try and memorize it. But depending on some of the classes you do take, a lot of the ratings can vary on hard or easy, because a lot of these courses are created by people that have worked in certain fields. Now, as for interest and why you guys are probably actually here, this course actually offers a lot of options, well, courses. So you have stuff that, like I said, it can be for business or it can be for hobbies, history, whatever it is you're looking for. I'm not saying they have everything, but they have at least something that anyone can like. So let's say you're looking to improve your writing skills. You have a writing skill section and it'll show you different things, possibly, let's see, ABCs, business writing, maybe even, yes, creative writing for beginners. There's workshops, enhance your vocabulary. Now, those are pretty basic skills and something for jobs. You can have Excel or things that may even help for positions. Like, let's see, I know there's one for positions, or yeah, even law, legal, criminal area, homeschooling, history. Okay, yeah, so career training or business would be the area you'd want to go to. If I went through each of these, it would probably take longer than an hour, and I don't want to waste anyone's time with that because I'm pretty sure you guys would have an easier time exploring this yourself. But aside from business, you have a lot to explore with this because, as I was showing a bit earlier, you have an option for, let's say, soap making. So there's a class for soap making that counts for 0.7 credits. And that there's 7 lessons, 20 exams. Average time it takes is 7 hours. So if like you dedicated an hour a day for a week, you would have this done. But of course, that's based on the average. It depends on what you're like. So yeah, right here, you would have like a step-by-step guide or someone actually walking you through. And if you don't get a question, or you do have questions, you can either message your fellow classmates, or you will have the option to message someone who's in charge of the class. And when you do take quizzes, there will actually be someone that goes over it. So it's not like they will go over it exactly. they will look over your results for the quiz and tell you what was wrong and what the actual answer would have been. But if you want to message them, I'm pretty sure they can help, because I haven't had an issue so far with that. So let's see. Joining courses are actually quite easy. So we have soap making, there's baking, there's actually yoga, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, so they have so many things. Now, if anyone has any questions right now that you want to type in or say, you're more than welcome to, but I will also give the heads up that this is being recorded for YouTube. So anyone who does want to see how this works later, they can look. So if you're not comfortable speaking, you can always type your question. But let's see, so you go through there. I'm not sure if I missed anything. And just in case, come on, now you're not gonna work, great. Wait. Okay, here we go, so participants. I feel like there's something else I forgot. And that is not what I wanted to do. So let's see, right. The one thing that's actually pretty important, I almost forgot that, great. So with this, whenever you do take these courses, they will be giving you a certificate at the end, like of course, if you pass, validating that you have completed the class and you've learned the information. Now, yes, this may not be coming from an accredited local like foundation or educational place like LFCC or like an actual college, but these certificates validating that you have passed all of this means you have retained the information, and putting that on a resume does stand out. So for business purposes, this would actually be great for anyone trying to get back in the workforce or just doing it for fun to strengthen a skill that you feel like you need to strengthen. Now, as for hobbies, I wouldn't say the certificates are absolutely necessary, because of course, if it's a hobby and you're doing it for fun, it won't be necessary, but it never hurts to have these skill sets on a resume. And also, I would like to say that these are pretty great classes, in my opinion, where if you wanted to do something with families or friends, you could definitely take this soap making or candle making, baking. Like there's so many things, like probably some things I wouldn't even think of to look up that you could find. Okay, so is there any questions at all? Oh, come on. Oh, wait, is that the one? Dang it. No, that is not what I wanted. Push there. Okay, that works well too. Okay. Okay, there we go. I'm pretty sure that should be it for most of it. It's just an overall view, and that's why I'm asking for questions, so this could go a bit further, because there's not really many questions I can actually think of for this. So if anyone did have questions about what courses there are or things they're worried about, I could possibly answer those.